You're watching Drake Queen Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Nary here from Drake Queen Gaming. It's looking me on Twitter, The Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you with a Let's Play episode of Moonlight Castle, Dylan's Path. So let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. Alright. He wasn't going to let that one go, was he? I tugged down my hat and camped inside it, and then he began to laugh at me, as always. I knew that it looked silly whenever I pulled down my hat, but I preferred to be laughed at rather than to listen to annoying love jokes. I've been trying my best to avoid the lovey-dovey topic, however it somehow kept finding a way to come up as if it was a boomerang. The harder I threw it, the faster it came back. Liam, stop bullying Joel! The spotted feline was sent to his seat upon Ryan's arrival. The bear promptly scolded him. You okay? Let me help! Ryan gently pulled up my hat and adjusted it on top of my head so that it was back how it was before. Yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry. You shouldn't have helped him. Joel's supposed to handle it on his own. You won't be there for him all this time. Dylan kept munching his burger as he made a comment on our interaction. Does it matter? So long as I can help it, I'll lend a hand to anyone that's in trouble. I saw where the reptile was coming from, though. He probably thought that I wanted to get stronger and become independent. However, in reality, it was a little different. Save it for later, Dylan. It's lunchtime. We're supposed to be eating. The reptile gave a look before he grunted and went back to his food. Our exchange must have confused Ryan. Still, it wasn't like he needed to know what Dylan and I were on about anyway. I pushed the bear so that he'd just sit down next to me and let us be. What's going on with the two of you? It seemed he was curious about us, but I too was curious about him. What did you and Russell talk about? I changed the topic, and things turned out to become awkward again. For some reason, Ryan was flustered by the question. It's private, sorry. Wow, this is the first time you're keeping a secret. Yeah, I wouldn't mind telling you, but it's really personal, and Russell thought it'd be best to keep it only between him and me. Oh, I get it. I'm sorry, I didn't know. You couldn't have possibly known, so don't feel bad, okay? Let's just eat. Ryan plopped his bag on the table and pulled out his lunchbox. Shall we wait a little? I'm sure that the others will be here soon. Oh, sorry. I saw that Dylan was already eating and thought that we could start too. My bad. That's okay. What did you bring today? Anything fancy? I tried once again to steer the conversation, hopefully not in a stupid direction. Did someone say fancy? I'm, for one, really fond of aesthetics. A good meal must be pleasing to both the stomach and the eyes. Clyde sat down with us, followed by Blake, who was carrying what looked like a suspiciously huge lunchbox. Hey guys, what's with the box? Ryan's nose reacted to the box and twitched, and then the bear beamed with excitement. My food radar is going off. Something very yummy is in there. Clyde let out a small chuckle, honored to hear such praise. This is a small token of my appreciation for yesterday, and also a preview of what's for tonight's trip. However, please wait for everyone to arrive first. This thing is heavier than I thought. I tried my best not to be rough. Hopefully everything inside is safe. You did a magnificent job, Blake. I apologize for making you carry the whole thing. I don't mind. You're keeping your word, and I'm more than happy to help you. While the two were busy talking, Ryan's paw was stealthily making its way to the lid. Much like a baby, the bear was impatient, especially when hungry. No, stop right there. Caught red-handed, Ryan was ashamed. I just wanted to take a peek. The scolding I gave him caught Clyde's attention, and the dragon came just to say what I was about to say. Don't reveal the food before all the guests have shown up. It's common courtesy to make sure no one is missing out. It won't take long. You have my word. Yes, sir. Ryan skulked in his chair while I tried to cheer him up, though my attempts were fruitless. Hey guys, what did we miss? It seems today we're the last to show up. Patrice and Russell joined us, and the first thing they did was gaze at the box with a curious stare. Is that symbol? Clyde removed the box's lid without letting Russell finish his sentence. Everyone became speechless at the sight of what the box revealed, and Ryan was first to break the silence. Oh my god, if I'm dreaming, please don't wake me up! Standing tall inside the box was a dessert in the shape of a giant pyramid. I'd never seen so much ice cream before. Each of its layers was made of a different flavor, and laid at the bottom was a small river of chocolate syrup with cookie crumbs sprinkled on top. The entire composition was extremely detailed and over the top, just like what anyone would expect from a perfectionist such as Clyde. Did you make this? Russell's question was more than justified. If the dragon really made this, what would he need help for? Not fully. Not fully. Someone assisted me. Clyde's voice was shaky. I could feel the lack of confidence in his words. It sounded as if someone who hadn't had the need to lie was trying to lie for the first time. All right. Clyde closed the box and tucked it away. Ryan softly whined at the action. This is dessert, not lunch. You have to finish your food first, and then we can enjoy this together. Ryan removed the wrapping from his sandwich and quickly stuffed the food in his face. Just to make it clear, we'll have it when everyone has finished their food, not you alone. The bear froze, half the sandwich sticking out of his mouth. Slowly he pulled it out, stared at it, and then sighed as he came to terms with Clyde's demand. I gave him a pat on the back, although I was laughing the whole time. Then all of us continued to have our lunch and chatted a bit. I tried to talk with everyone, including Dylan, who was responding only half the time. The crocodile gave me more grumbles than words, but I was proud of the progress anyway. Once everyone was done with their food, my attention was shifted onto Clyde's dessert. Blake and Russell did the cutting and gave a portion to everyone. To nobody's surprise, barely half the ice cream mountain was served. Clyde appeared to be confused and somewhat saddened by that. Oh no, I might have miscalculated the size. If anyone wants more, please feel free to help yourself. With this much remaining, it won't fit in my refrigerator. You have a fridge here on campus? Of course. Being a president of the student council provides me with some perks. My duties often require that I stick around longer than an average student, so having access to food and water without the need to return home is quite handy. I see it's used mostly only during your tea time. That is an essential and well-needed break. Everyone has a different way of organizing their thoughts. Blake handed me a slice, and I briskly dug into it with my spoon. My jaw dropped in awe at the touch of ice cream melting in my mouth. It was a mind-blowing experience. The flavors blended so well and harmoniously they gave me actual goosebumps. I'm shaking with joy. I looked around to see everyone's reaction. This is so good, beyond the usual good. If I tried to put it into words, I wouldn't have enough time to eat the ice cream before it melted. Ryan was tapping his feet under the table like a toddler. This was probably one of his happiest moments yet. This is ice cream, right? It tastes different from other ice cream I've had. I wonder why. Different ingredients yield different tastes and textures. High-quality components constitute a major part of good end results. It's quite elementary. When Russell commented on the ice cream, I could see Clyde twitch a little. You haven't touched your slice at all. Blake was talking to Liam. The ice cream in front of the Lynx was melting. It seemed to be completely untouched from the moment the spotted feline had received it. Oh no, are you lactose intolerant? I'm so sorry, should have asked beforehand, Liam sighed. No, I can eat dairy just fine. What's troubling you then? The Lynx gave everyone a quick glance and all of us looked at him. Is it really okay if I have this? Of course, I made this for our group, so... That's not what I meant! Liam cut off the dragon again, and the Lynx didn't really spell out what was troubling him. Clyde appeared worried. It seemed he was feeling bad for the spotted feline. Also, it looked like Blake was ready to take it over and say something. And even if he wasn't, Ryan would be. Clyde stopped both the wolf and the bear, however. Give him space. He's trying to process what to say. Everyone was so eager to make assumptions about Liam that we all forgot to give him a chance to properly express himself. It's not right for me to have this. You said it was a token of your thanks, but I haven't done anything to deserve it. In fact, don't I deserve the opposite? The dragon smiled at Liam. He was happy to see the Lynx open up a little. May I sit here? Clyde waited a bit to make sure that the Lynx was feeling comfortable enough to let someone enter his personal space. Then, the dragon picked up a chair and put it as close as possible to the spotted feline after making sure that it was okay with him. Second, y'all. Water time. Alright, guys and gals, and we are back. Okay. Then the dragon picked up a chair and put it as close as possible to the spotted feline after making sure that it was okay with him. You're a troublemaker, there's no denying that. The Lynx slightly turned away. But we're gathering here today because of you. Thanks to your inappropriate comment back then, when we were in the council room, which started all this. I thought you didn't know what it meant. Blake enlightened me on it. Liam was flustered a bit, his face turning red. Well then, you should understand that what I said was bad. So I still can't have this. Allow me to recite your words then. You said you haven't done anything to deserve the ice cream, correct? Yeah? Very well then. The solution is simple. What if I say that it earned you the right to have this dessert I brought if you agree to do something for me afterward? There was a pause. Liam still hadn't turned back to face Clyde, and nobody dared to say a word. But soon, in the midst of that silence, the lynx scooped up some ice cream. I guess I could do that. He chewed a little, and the powerful combination of flavors got him, exactly how it got everyone else. It's good. Now, regarding my request, I hope you're ready to hear it. Wait, about that, I had an idea what the dragon was about to ask Liam to do, and I tried to jump in before I'd missed the chance. Ah, I see. It seems another assistant will be joining us. Quickly, Clyde reassured me. It was as if he'd read my mind. Let's discuss this further in the council room after our lunch break. When lunchtime was over, everyone other than Clyde, Liam, Dylan, and I went on their ways to attend their classes. The four of us remained seated at the table. We were waiting for the lynx to finish his late eating. There, I'm done. Excellent. Let's make haste. This little ordeal has set us back, and some catching up is in order. Clyde was the first to stand up from the table, and, to Liam's and my surprise, Dylan also stood up immediately after the dragon did. He's coming too? I did think it was strange that he stuck around even after he'd finished eating. The crocodile put himself in front of the council president and led the way to the council room. As we were walking in a line, I leaned forward in such a way that my head was approaching Clyde from the side. I wanted to get the dragon's attention without alerting Dylan. What's the matter? Before I could ask Clyde why Dylan was coming with us, Liam pulled me back and suddenly directed his gaze at our surroundings. Look! There were girls trying to approach us, and I immediately realized what was going on. They were probably members of Clyde's fan club, and I shuddered to think of the awful time they'd given us yesterday. Today, however, the girls backed off as soon as Dylan gave them a glare, and now I knew why he was brought along. The dragon was most likely relying on the crocodile's grumpy face to shoo away any unwanted attention. We managed to get to our destination without much difficulty. Liam and I sat down at Clyde's desk on the same chairs as yesterday. The lynx gave me a nudge. He probably noticed it and found it funny, too. So, what's the favor? I'll get my water, y'all. Liam masked the dragon, but he was interrupted by Dylan's loud stomping. It seemed the crocodile was heading for something in the room. Excuse me for a second. Clyde stood up, and then he moved ahead of Dylan. Soon afterward, the dragon revealed and opened the refrigerator that he mentioned earlier. Wow, you weren't kidding! The dragon then walked back to us. Please, help yourself. Feel free to take anything that tackles your interest. There's a wide selection of sweets, only the best to keep oneself motivated. I could still feel the ice cream from earlier, so there was no way I'd eat anything more. Dylan, on the other hand, didn't seem to care that much. He leaned forward and grabbed the pudding from the top shelf. What's the meaning of this? I was a little distracted by the reptile who tucked himself in a corner away from us and eagerly nommed the pudding. He was chowing it down really fast as if he was afraid that someone was going to steal it from him. Well, which one of us are you asking? Clyde chuckled at his own question. He knew that Liam was asking both of them, and he continued to speak without waiting for the lynx's answer. Yesterday, I took note of the deal between you and Dylan, so I summoned him to have a little chat. I needed a way to move around the school without being pestered, and striking a deal with him was the most convenient solution. He agreed to accept food as a reward for escorting me around. It was a fast and safe way to keep my admirers at bay. What? But you always ask me for money. Why does Clyde get away with giving you just food? Your food sucks. The crocodile kept chomping and gobbling as he answered without leaving the corner. We could all sense the sheer gluttony from the way he talked. He was speaking to us with a mouthful, and there was not a single moment when he looked away from his food. I guess that's a fair point. Now, regarding my request, please don't fret. It's quite simple, time-consuming at most. You and Joel will help me prepare a dessert for tonight. Liam was confused. He looked at the fridge, at Dylan's pudding that was long gone, and then back at Clyde. Are you messing with me? Pardon? The lynx gesticulated all the fancy desserts around us and the one we had earlier. Why would you need my help when you've already shown everyone how good you're at making food? The dragon widened his eyes, realizing what he'd stumbled on. I think you can see how weird this looks from his perspective. It's true, I've made a mistake. Lies eventually catch up with everyone. What do you mean? I don't know how to cook or make anything. I've never been in a kitchen. It's quite embarrassing. You told us someone helped you. Was that a lie, too? Yes, I apologize. I panicked and gave everyone a misleading answer. So you bought the thing and took all the credit. I didn't buy it. However, in retrospect, I should have said that I bought it. I made a fool out of myself. What did you mean you didn't buy it? Clyde was clearly struggling to utter his words, and he had nobody but himself to blame. My personal chef made it for me after learning about the trip. Shocked, Liam and I exchanged a glance in silence. You have a what? Clyde sighed, his hand running through his beard. I come from a wealthy family. People are hard to take care of our needs of any kind. Though, please don't ask about it. I just like sharing matters about my family. Does anyone know about this? I'd shared this information only with Blake. Please keep this a secret. People have already treated me differently from everyone else, and I don't wish this to escalate any further. I'd never hear the end of it if they were to discover my roots. They won't find out. It's a fair trade for the snack. You're being silly, Liam. Everything I've done for you, Joel, and the others is simply because we're friends. There's no bribery here. If that's how it is, then I'll try my best to help you tonight. Small warning, though. I'm not that great at cooking. That's perfectly fine. Russell will be giving us guidance and telling us what to do. What about Joel? I scratched my cheek, embarrassed to admit I was in the same boat as them. Okay, I see how it is. Let's make sure not to ruin his kitchen, then. He's kind enough to let us stay and use it as we please. I'll try. Clyde should be saying that to himself. As a matter of fact, he's the most dangerous among us here. The dragon was a little flustered. Alright, y'all, I'm going to pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank you all for all you do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silvermoon. Thank you a little bit above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you to our gold tier patron, Tresem Guy. You're awesome. We love you. Thank you for subbing to Ultimate Tier. Anyway, if y'all want to get your names in the credits, get access to all of our not safe for work contents as little as $5. Alrighty, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!